nation's largest abortion provider used the New York Times as the forum to admit the racism of its founder. In a recent op-ed, Alexis McGill Johnson wrote, "We must reckon with Margaret Sanger's association with white supremacist groups and eugenics." Acknowledging failure to own the impact of their founder's actions, Johnson went on to say, "Whether our founder was a racist is not a simple yes or no question. Yet, in her own words, Sanger strived for a society that limited births to only those she deemed fit to have children." Many cite a 1923 New York Times interview in which she called some groups of people human weeds as proof of her racist motives. Birth control is not contraception indiscriminately and thoughtlessly practiced, she said in the article. It means the release and cultivation of the better racial elements in our society and the gradual suppression, elimination, and eventual extirpation of defective stocks, those human weeds which threaten the blooming of the finest flowers of American civilization.
If they want to do something different, they can stop killing our children.
Benjamin Watson, vice president of the pro-life group Human Coalition, maintains Planned Parenthood's admission about Sanger does not absolve them from the blood on their hands as they take advantage of victims of the very racism they decry.
I find it hollow for them to call out Margaret Sanger and talk about her association with white supremacist groups and talk about her connection to eugenics and try to distance themselves from her, while they are still perpetuating her mission that is systematically targeting young, largely African-American, largely poor women and families and children.
According to CDC data, Black women make up 14% of the childbearing population, yet had 36% of abortions. And a survey by Protecting Black Life found 79% of Planned Parenthood's facilities are located in communities of color. And as we said, Blacks make up 13% of the U.S. population, yet more than 30% of aborted babies are from Black women. And Planned Parenthood, many of their facilities are located in communities of color. Morton.
Charlene, I've got to ask, did you reach out to Planned Parenthood for a statement on the change in their stance?
Yes, we did. We reached out to Planned Parenthood multiple times, and we never heard a response back to any of our calls on this issue, and which is really, unfortunately, we wanted to talk to them, but they didn't want to, I guess, talk to us.
Well, it's a sharp contrast to what they have been doing for several decades now, trying to, I guess, burnish the image of Margaret Sanger, try to make her some kind of hero for the feminist movement and a hero for the pro-choice movement. But you can't ignore that interview with the New York Times. And in it, she's quite explicitly saying we need to create a race of thoroughbreds. I mean, she's talking about killing off racial groups. Why do you think they were trying to, I guess, change her image and create this great hero?
I think, as I did a lot of research into Margaret Sanger last year when we did a huge piece for CBN News, when you go back and you look at some of her own words, Gordon, there's this whole plan to rebrand Margaret Sanger, to make her out to be not what she said that she actually was, that she spoke to the KKK about, exterminating people who were not of the white race. And so in her own words condemn her. Her own words describe exactly what she stood for. And because there's this pushback now about Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood wants to rebrand her or make her into this saint. But her own words say exactly who she was and what she stood for.
Well, the left, and they were backed by the media, actually attacked conservative voices that were pointing out what Margaret Sanger was really saying, and that how she definitely believed.
What's going on? This is Big Hawk, your brother from Yonkers, New York, that native. That Yonkers native. You just heard this. Margaret Sanger, you just heard. Margaret Sanger was the one that started this whole abortion nonsense. Margaret Singer, it wasn't supposed to be abortion for other races. It was supposed to be abortion for Negroes, for the Black American community. Margaret Singer said that Negroes was like bad weed and they had to get rid of us. That's where this whole abortion thing came from. And you have a lot of women that still look up to Margaret Singer. And these women know that Margaret Singer didn't like Negroes from the beginning. But these women still stand their ground for Margaret Singer. Margaret Singer tricked a black preacher from Harlem, New York, to push this garbage on our neighborhood and to put this whatever you want to call it, parenthood, whatever you want to call it, and put it in our neighborhood. And like the sellout and the piece of garbage he was, he pushed this in our mind. Now it's in our neighborhoods. And now, like they said, the black American female is the one that catches it the most. She's the one that gives the most abortions, allegedly. It got so bad when they turned over this law, people that have hate for having kids actually threatened Clarence Thomas on social media where the FBI is watching. They're very smart. They threatened to kill him. They threatened to burn down the courts. They threatened to burn down his chambers. They said people like me that's pro-life, that loves kids, they was going to start attacking us too. This hate that these people, that these women have for kids, it went overboard. My thing is, this is my thing. My thing is that if you don't want no kids, number one, keep your damn legs closed. Number two, tell the person to put on some protection. The last thing, if you get pregnant, you don't have to kill that baby. Have that baby and put that baby up for adoption for people who want kids, for females who do want kids but can't have any. Margaret Singer started this whole thing, and now it turns into a big national uproar. These people that don't like kids are going to start chaos through this country. It's coming. Clarence Thomas, he's not the only judge that's going to get threatened. There's probably more judges that they threatened, but he was the only one that really caught it. I hate to say it. It may sound prejudiced because of his skin color. Margaret Singer, she started a whole big thing, and now it's terrible. They said the Black American female aborts, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 350,000 babies a year. That's how much killing that the Black American female does in our community. 350,000 babies aborted a year. That's a lot of money. And let me tell you something. You think these doctors care? Because these doctors are getting paid. These doctors are getting paid. Horrible. Black folks, and this is to the Black and Hispanic community, because there are brothers and sisters, they getting abortions too, these Latino women. There are brothers and sisters. If we don't do something fast and get rid of these slaughterhouses, it's going to even get worse. Because you know we have kids by the multiple thousands a day. We have kids. And when these young girls get pregnant and start getting scared and finding out, oh, there's a place where we can get rid of our kids and I don't have to have it, boy, oh boy. It's going to be Slaughterhouse City. Horrible. This has been going on for decades. And in the Black community, there's too many sellouts, like the brother that teamed up with Margaret Sanger from Harlem and convinced us to kill kids. Yes, so what's going on, B? How you feeling, man? This is horrible, man. This is horrible. And what I'm going to do, I got to do this. I got to do this. These Black males, listen, man, you got to be there for your kids and you got to be there for your wife, your girlfriend, man. If she feels she don't want that kid, you need to sit her down and convince, listen, babe, you didn't get pregnant by yourself. We both got together. This kid is mine too. So I'm putting my foot down. You don't want the kid, you have the kid, and you sign the kid over to me. I will take care of the kid. But you're not going to kill something that I put into you, that the Lord blessed and I put into you. We're not going to do this. We are not going to do this. So what you need to do, you have the baby, you sign the kid over to me. If you want to see the kid, I will let you see the kid. If you want to, we break out and you'll never have to see both of us again. Real talk. Real talk. This Margaret Sanger female, she called Negroes bad weed and we had to get rid of the weed. And she did it. Horrible. And now they threatening Clarence Thomas and they threatening people like me that's pro-life that they're going to start attacking us and they want to kill him. Y'all are real stupid because you get on social media saying this and you don't realize the FBI is going to knock at your door. They're going to knock at your door and they're going to read what you said and they're going to put you behind in handcuffs. Y'all are real smart, man. Y'all are real smart, man. This doesn't apply to Black Americans. This is our Spanish brothers and sisters too, man. You understand? They are trying to get rid of us, and this is why they pushing it. You pushing it, but some people are saying, "Nah, we can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do this." Some people are pro-life. And you have to deal with that in your heart. You got to deal with that. I just killed something. Remember, if people say, well, it's just a fetus. Well, that fetus that is just a fetus will turn and blossom into a kid, into a baby, into something that you and her got together and made with the help of the Lord. Horrible. Horrible. And they're fighting, they're still fighting this thing. And Maxine Waters needs to be, as a Black female, a Black American female, she needs to be ashamed of herself. Because I don't know if people know this, but Maxine Waters is pushing abortion too. She's pushing abortion too, Maxine Waters. The people that look up to her probably got to say, what's going on with this female? This affects our neighborhood. What's going on with the female? Maxine Waters pushing this. I remember a couple of years ago when Maxine Waters was being threatened by these white supremacists. These black brothers left what they was doing, went and made sure she was okay when she had to make a speech. And you do this? These are babies and kids that you're killing. You're no different than a murderer. A lot of y'all women talk about murderers, how they should be locked up, which you should be locked up and chained right along with them, because you're a damn killer and a murderer, because you're taking a human life. You are taking a human life, so you're a murderer. You want to sit there and talk about, listen, I know if a woman gets raped and she gets pregnant, that's something different. Because I understand when she gets raped by a man, she doesn't know this man, she wasn't dating this man, so I understand. But just to have sex with your husband and your boyfriend, and all because you still want to club and you still want to be free, you want to go and kill a baby, and don't sit down and say, baby, what should we do here? Should we have the kid, or should we give the kid up for adoption? Because I'm not going to kill it. Yes, brother. Yes, you're right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. My brother just said it. Some of y'all, like I said in my last stream, you got to be responsible who you lay with and who you sleep with. You can't be a nice guy and you're going to sleep with a hood rat and get her pregnant. Of course you're not going to want the kid, because you're a nice guy, she's a hood rat, and she ain't going to want that kid because she wants her freedom. Or it could be the other way around. This could be a nice female, and you could be a derelict, and you get this girl pregnant, and then you break out on her. So my brother just made a good point. You got to be responsible for who you sleep with and who you lay down with. You just can't do this and lay down with anybody. You got your Pookies, your Ray Rays, your Man, your John, your Shaquanas, your Chinas, your Shaliquas. You can't be laying down with them. Because what they're going to do, they want to stay in the hood and they don't want to do nothing. And what happens is, here's the second part of it. Here's the kicker. A lot of these women want to get pregnant, then get child support off you. So they live off your child support. They don't give it to the kids. They don't give it to the kids. I've seen a lot of women, I've known a lot of women who've done that. I wait to get my child support check from my baby daddy so I can go get my hair and nails done and go out. But that money's supposed to be for the kid. What happened to that? That money was supposed to be for the kid. So a lot of women say, screw it. I don't want no child support. I don't want to deal with him. I'm going to go and murder this baby. Because I hate to say it like that. It may sound rough, but that's what you're doing. You're murdering something. You're no different than a damn killer. I'm going to keep repeating it. You're no different than a damn murderer and a killer. You're taking human life. What about your parents? What if they want grandkids? Because a lot of parents do want grandkids. And you kill that kid. Say what? This is what you can do. There's another option. The other option is you can talk it over with your parents and say, listen, I'm not ready to can you please take custody of my child until I'm ready? They may say yes. I've known people that the grandparents, their parents took care of the kid until they was ready. That's another simple way you can do it. You sit down with your parents and you explain the situation. So listen, us two, we're not ready to have kids. Can you please take care of our kid until we're financially and mentally secure to take care of this kid? That's another option. But just to kill it, come on. I never seen so much craziness in my life. This has been going on for weeks and months with this abortion stuff. And you got people that really don't care. They want to kill these kids. Horrible. Horrible. My suggestion is that the hood needs to get together with the same people and the people that have something in their head and need to start talking about these things, because we don't talk about it in our neighborhood. We just let it fly. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it in the Black and Latino neighborhood. No, we don't. We don't sit down and have civil conversations on children and having kids and what we should do if this occurs. No, we don't. This is horrible. I hope everybody understands where I'm coming from. And I thank the people that watch this, because I'm going to be doing more after this. So what I need for you to do is you tell your friends about my channel. You can like, you can share, subscribe. You can be thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know what you think about this video. Peace.